hope your day is going great so far. So let us just talk on this topic today. Live your life to the fullest. Okay? Yes, I think I touched on this subject, on this topic, a little bit, but not in depth. So let us just small, sweet live streaming. So welcome everybody. If you are new here, and please, as I said, thumbs up the live streaming, share it, like, comment, and subscribe. Be part of the family. Welcome to all my new subscribers. I really appreciate love you all. We are on the road to 3.1K. Okay, so we are now 1.69. So welcome if you are part of the family. So today is Friday, and it's the start of the weekend, and it's a rest. It's gonna be a rest day for like the restful weekend for a lot of person. But I know a lot of person will go out. I want to show appreciation love as well for all the doctors, the nurses, the policemen, um, the whole working force, like drivers, the bus drivers, taxi, teachers, um everybody, yeah, and who are doing the do on their daily break. So let's live our life to the fullest, meaning like you have to be kind to yourself, right? Be kind to yourself, live your life to the fullest, be kind to yourself. Check up on your health, make sure go and visit your GP regularly. They say GP here, but it's mean doctor. You might say doctor or your physician. Yes, my love. Go and check up on your health, because health is wealth. Also, remember to eat nice organic food whenever you can. Treat your body well. You have to be kind to yourself, because you have to live your life to the fullest. You have to treat your body right. And I find a lot of times like people tends to like to, okay, the same way you will buy expensive outfit, don't be afraid to buy food that are organic, rich, good quality food, right, to put inside your body, because you want to live your life to the fullest. You have to take care of your body internally as externally. So you have to take care of yourself. Make sure that you're taking your supplements, your vitamins. Make sure that you're doing a little bit of exercise. You do not have to go to the gym. Walking up the stairs, walking is very good as well. You can take a stroll in the park, it's good, because living your life to fullest meaning you have to be healthy and also fit as well. I know it will not be possible for a lot of person. For those of you who are in constant chronic pain every day, I sympathize with you, and I hope that will be a medical breakthrough that will come and help you, so that at least you can start to live your life to the fullest. Living your life to the fullest meaning that you're gonna make sure take care of your mental health as well. Make sure that you thumbs up the live stream and share it with somebody. I have to reiterate these things, because a lot of times people forget when they watch a live stream and they forget to thumbs up the live streaming. Let me tell you, clicking off and clicking off does not help me on this channel as well. Before I start to go back on the topic, it does not help me. When you click on and click off, it just counts as a view, but it does not help with the watch hour as well, which I'm working towards. That is why a lot of you don't really understand. Like, if you click off, just click on and click off, it's not gonna help. And I have so many subscribers, right, but I'm not seeing the views, I'm not seeing the likes, the shares, I'm not seeing all these interaction. You are not seeing the algorithm is showing me that you all are really there. What I find is with when it comes to my analytics, I'm seeing that persons who are not subscribed to me, that they are watching my content more than persons who are subscribed. So subscribing is very good and very important, but you all need to engaging in the content, taking part in the live streaming. I know some of you subscribe as well. You have to remember, content creation, right, is a very hard thing. That is why I'm doing the live streaming, so that to help to build up the watch hours, because I feel like when I make videos, right, I'm not getting paid, right? I'm not getting paid, I'm not monetized. So I just feel sometimes making videos is like a waste of time. But I feel like if I do a live streaming, it's more beneficial to me in terms of getting the watch hours. So that is why I am going to think I'm gonna start to do live streaming maybe Sunday time, and see if I could drop in like even a 30 minutes video on the weekend if I get the time, because weekend is really be busy. Okay, let me go back on topic. I'm talking about living your life to the fullest. These are some of the things you can do to live your life to the fullest. Number one, taking care of your health. Number two, taking care of your mental health, meaning in mentally, physically, and emotionally. You live in your life to the fullest. You have to take care of these things. Make sure that they matters as well. Your happiness matters as well. If you are going to live your life to the fullest, your happiness matters. Your surrounding as well matters as well. These are the things that matters as well. If you're going to live your life to the fullest, your health matters. The people around you matters as well. Being kind to yourself and others. Living your life to the fullest means you can extend your olive branch to others, and you can care for people, show them love as well, and take them along with you. Being kind, living your life to the fullest, meaning that you are not afraid to take like to take I'm trying to find the word. When the word comes, I will let you guys know, because sometimes the brain just frees up at time. As you get older, your brain just combacilated. You understand? It's just the word that you want to get out is just stick right some part in the side of your brain, and it's not coming out. So sometimes you have to like give like forget about it, and hopefully that the word will come back, right? Living your life to the fullest mean, oh, you don't be afraid to take risks, meaning that like if you are afraid to take risk meaning the good things them that gonna help to elevate you and uplift you and make you feel good. Anything that is make you feel uncomfortable, anything that's gonna take away your peace of mind, your joy, your happiness, just get rid of them as well. Your circle is very important. When you're going to live your life to the fullest, right? You have to remember your circle is very important. You want to have people around you who are going to uplift you, motivate you, encourage you, and be there for you in your times of need. When you're up, you're down, they're going to be there for you. So in order for you to live your life to the fullest. Another thing you have to, in order to live your life to the fullest, you have to live your life unapologetically. You cannot sit and live your life and worry about what other people have to say about you if you want to live your life to the fullest. You have to live your life unapologetically, meaning you have to be yourself at all time. Don't fake an image or fake to be somebody you are not, because it will not work. The reason why I'm telling you it will not work, because a lot of times when you fake who you are, you have to constantly come up with different ways every day to try to keep up that persona, or that fake image that you are projecting out there. Living your life to the fullest, meaning that you're not gonna be a people pleaser. You're not gonna live your life for somebody else. You're gonna live your life for you. Remember, all of us have one life to live, and we have to live it. Okay. A lot of time people have this concept to say, oh, there's a better life after you in the no, the life that you know now, live it now. Because sometimes the persons out there are talking in your ears, telling you, oh, you will live a better life. How you when you did you ever live a better life? You know how the better life after you this life that you're gonna live. So that is why you have to live it now. Don't be afraid. Live your life. You understand? Because sometimes I wonder why people feel the need to tell others like you can't do this, or this is whatever, or this is how it's supposed to be. You all need to stop to being so naive and listen to people when they tell you like do this because that is how they want to see in that light. Listen to me. Be the you have to be the one to guide your life. You have to be the one to push yourself. You have to be the one to tell yourself like, yes, I can, yes, I'm gonna do that. Even if somebody else is behind you telling you, oh, you can't, oh, you can't, you have to tell yourself to do. When you're living your life to the fullest as well, take a vacation that you always want to take. Do if you feel like say, oh, I wanted to do this, I wanted to wear this, but I'm thinking of what people might say. When you're living your life to the fullest, you don't care about others people have to say. No, because remember, I tell you, everybody have an individual life to live. And if you constantly gonna get up every day and worry about what somebody else think of you, you will not move from where you are. You will just sit there. You will not move. My motto is to myself, what people think of me is not what I think of myself. I don't care what people think of me. I don't care. You know why I don't care? because I have already passed that stage in my life where I was a teenager, you understand, and then adolescence, and then I become a young lady. Now I'm a full grown woman. So I know the things that used to bother me and the things that I used to be afraid to do or afraid to say, I don't afraid to say it. I will tell you, Mama, because I'm a very plain-minded person, and I'm gonna tell you while whether you like it or not. Don't ask me. People tend to ask me like, what do I think of something? If you are not ready for my response, don't ask me, because a lot of time people want you to sugarcoat your what you are going to say for them. You are not me not sugarcoat for make you feel a certain way. I'm not gonna belittle you or anything, but if you ask me a question, I'm gonna answer and tell you this is how I feel and this is what I think. That is why you okay. When you're living your life to the fullest, you know, these things gonna come up. People gonna ask you certain question. They're gonna always find a way around you and find like they're gonna always gonna project. They're gonna always gonna ask, why is it you doing that? I don't think that is ladylike. I don't think that is thing. Listen to me. There are too much rules that is in this life here. And if you live, I'm not talking about breaking any rules. I'm talking about life in general. Because remember, you live your life unapologetically, right? I'm talking about living your life to the fullest. So meaning like even if somebody has an opinion of you, are you gonna make their opinion of you stop you from living your life? For example, me, I wear what I feel to wear. You understand? I'll do me. You understand? If you have a problem with how I choose to live my life and how I choose to, that is on you. A lot of time people like to take up people problem and you understand and put it on their head and start to project to them. It's like they want to program everybody and say like, this is how you're supposed to live, this is what you're supposed to do, this is how it's supposed to be. No, with life does not come with a handbook. Life come with challenges. Life comes with you experiencing things. Life also come with you learning each day as you live. You're gonna learn something new about yourself that you don't even know. So I always tell myself every day is for a day for me to get up, being healthy and strong, to learn something new about myself, to live my life without even have to worry about what other people to say. I remember it had a point in my life where I used to worry. That was when I was younger. You understand? In my when I was in my 20s, right? I like say in my teen and 20s. I used to think a lot of what people used to think of me. So I used to be very particular in what I say and in what I do. But now anything I'm doing, I base off of how I'm gonna live my life and what I want out of life and what I want for me. Because this is my life. I am gonna live it how I want. So if you have a problem with how I live in it and what I'm doing, that is on you. People need to let people be. One thing I always have to touch base on when it comes to preferences, right? Everybody have a preference, right? I always tell people, right? If you want to date out of your race, right? It's do it. But one thing I also tell you, as I tell you when I'm talking about topics, anything that come to my brain, I'm gonna say it. Date out of your race if you want to date. That is on you. Because you are live your life. But I want to tell you, don't disrespect the race that you come from. A lot of time people they always say, oh, I want to live my life. I'm going to live my life to the fullest. But you will disrespect the race you come from, right? And then you think, don't do that. Respect the race where you come from, because at the end of the day, you have to remember who the race of the person that bring you into this world here is a reflection of who you are. And when you start to disrespect the race that you come from, that is when you're gonna lose all self-respect. You're gonna lose all my respect. You understand? Because one thing I don't play about my race. Because one thing is like, if you feel like you want to disrespect the race you come from, then you don't need to be a part of us. You need to just go your way. I always tell one thing with you as an individual, people program you. I need to think before my phone ring. Hold a bit. Don't let somebody program you and get you into believing like the race that you come from is not good, or the race that you you are in right now is not good. Don't let anybody tell you that. That is your identity. Living your life, you have to live. When you live your life to fullest, you have to know where you come from, who you are, and what you want, and all these things. Because a lot of times we tend I you tend to see people always say, oh, I'm gonna live my life to the fullest, I'm proud of myself, I'm proud of things. But when you a lot of people don't want to associate themselves as well with being part of the African race. But I'm one proud African, and that is why I'm saying, because of what my ancestors did and what they went through, that is why I can live my life to the fullest, and that is why I can enjoy certain things that they paved the way and the road for me to be here and to enjoy these things. My ancestors, most of my ancestors didn't get a chance to vote. Most of my ancestors didn't get a chance that they can ride the front of the bus. Most of my ancestors didn't even couldn't go in the same toilet in the same spaces as well with other race of people. So that's why I'm saying I'm living my life to the fullest, because my ancestors paved the way and went through a lot of ridicule, and you understand, and a lot of things for me today to enjoy these things that was already there. But you understand, for us to enjoy, why am I not gonna limit myself and put myself in a box? Because I have this kind of mentality, you understand, that you are not good enough to do that, or you are not partying. No, I will not. I'll tell you already, when I come on the live stream, I come with an open mind, because that is what I am about. Because when I'm talking about any topic that I'm talking about, right, I like to just speak. I'm a very proud per African, yeah, woman. And a lot of times people say, oh, why you are saying that? Sometimes I will come off of the topic, so that's coming to open mind. I have to touch on this, right? Why I said I'm a very proud to be an African woman. A lot of time people question me, oh, you always get it from our melanated race. Oh, which part of the continent you're from? I always tell them, listen to me. The part, it doesn't matter where I born in the world, I am an African first, because being an African is a race, you understand? And I am proud to be an African. The things that a lot of people like is because what the media project, and they see that though a lot of people don't want to be associated with being called an African, right? Me, I am proud to be one. A lot of time you get from many come to which part of Africa you born. I always tell them, this is the answer I give them. I say, listen to me. You know the history that our ancestors went through, yeah? And that is the reason why I cannot definitely tell you what part of Africa I'm from, the continent, because we was stripped of our name and our language. So that is the reason why. And then they will pause and they will think and say, oh, I get it. So when you think of it, even our name that we are carrying with our name, these were names that were given was owned by slave masters, and they were given to us. So when a person, say from the Caribbean, wherever, if you notice, most of us have Williams, we have James, we have John, we have all these kind of surnames, and then when you have this one, oh, we are related. These were the owners of the slave, and that is why we come across with these kind of titles. You understand? That is why we get these kind of surname, right? Not titles, these sound surname, because we're not talking about land. Title, surname. So always remember, your history is very important to know. When you see, the reason why you have your phone is to know your history. Know the things that your ancestors went through, and to become one. A lot of times I am still learning every day, and and speaking, if I have to speak on this topic is a very touchy, delicate, and also a very emotional topic, because if I have to really go in depth with this topic, it will get me tear up, and it will also get me kind of bring my words out, because when I do my research and I'm watching like the few videos or the few clips and getting to know deeper into our history, hey, It's something that to be something that you have to study, you have to think, and you have to have a strong mindset, and your mental have to be right up there. You have to be strong. It's not an easy thing to talk about about this topic, but I have to talk about it. I will give you just like a snapshot of it between, like just a little bit. I will just give insight, but I don't really want to go in depth because it's too, some of these things are too graphic to talk about. But it's like our ancestors went through a lot, and I'm sometimes I'm so disgusted. I'm so annoyed at some people when they don't want to be they want to be associate themselves with being called an African and being part of the African race. Yes, nationality. Yes, you can say where you born in nationality, but when a race come, you cannot skip those things and say you are not part of it. You understand? You have to be part of it, and that is why when you are living your life to the fullest, you have to know where yourself, what your values, you understand. And that is why confidence sometimes have to come in as well. And that is why a lot of times we find like I find like mostly in the melanated community, we the confidence level is very low. You understand? For what I observe, the confidence level is very low. um when it comes to questioning things, we sometimes are afraid to question things. And then sometimes when I feel like when you are doing like an interview, like you are afraid to look the reporter in their eyes because of the stigma and the things that our ancestors went through, right? Of not kind looking eyes and stuff like that. It's like people is still is a trauma, is a something that it keeps happening right now. And I must tell you, like you don't be afraid. Talk about it. Teach your children their history and let them know where they come from. It doesn't matter your race, whatever race you come from. Let them know let them know, right? Let them know who they are, where they come from, or wherever. If you are not part of the melanated community or the African race, you can tell them with whatever race you come from, what your ancestors was like, and what they did, and what they do, and all these things. It's good to know your race because these things are not being taught in school. So you as a parent, you have to make sure that you give your child the in-depth and where they come from and teach them. Hi sis, morning to you. It's afternoon here. Morning. Excuse me. It's almost 3 o'clock. I have to step out in a bit to go to the school run. How are you doing? Hope you are doing great. Thank you all for the thumbs up. Thank you. Yeah. I'm just talking about living your life to the fullest, and then I dive into a bit of history. I think I might give you some examples maybe next week of things that was created or implemented. Oh, okay, that's great. That implemented by black people, like melanated people. Because um I was thinking the other day, yeah, well, about the word, what the word black derived of, and I realized like that word black, it derived me. This is my way of thinking. I feel like black derived from the word black derived from slavery, because during those times we were being called kings and queens and princesses, right, in the continent. And what happened during slavery, the word black, they start to call black because like the user black, when they use the word black, is like we are inferior to other race, or other races are superior to us. So I am slowly starting to cut off the word black and start to say melanated, call myself melanated, call people melanated, because I feel like that word is using too loosely and too, everything that is considered not good. I feel that the word black is being used. So I feel like I need to stop using that word. We are not a colored. You understand? We are not colored. We are melanated. We have melanin in our skin, so we are melanated. No other race has been called the word color. You understand? Like they say white people, but they are not white. They are European, they are Caucasian, and you understand, they are not white. That is something that was made up during the slavery time. Like they will call themselves white and then us black. So that is why when you notice that anything that black people always tend to have degrading, oh, you black this, you black this, you black, it's always something negative attached to the word black. And that is why I it's so deep rooted in us, right? That it will be hard for a lot of people to stop using the word black, right? Because black is a color. We are not black, we are melanated. And if you look at our skin, we are melanated. And the reason why we are melanated, because when we get a pimple in our face, because we produce, that's why sometimes if you produce too much of melanin, right? If you start to over process melanin, then your skin start to like break out. If you notice, like if you have a pimple, when you pop it, it's turn it get a bit darker. That is because of the melanin that is in our skin. It give us this dark look on our faces. So I want to tell you that start to call yourself melanated, and because that is melanin in our skin, because black is a color, no other race has been called a color. So why are we being stigmatized? Why are we being categorized? Why are we being called like the world, like every black? And if you notice, they have Black Friday. That is where they take all the money. It's no good. Everything that's black, they put it to the African race. So I'm gonna break that stigma for myself and start to say melanated. I always tell myself I'm a melanated. I always tell my girls that they are melanated. When I'm writing anything like affirmation, I always put melanated. I want them to say melanated. You know, and we come like when you use the word melanated or we have melanin in our skin and we are melanated people. It sounds more better, more than when somebody say, oh yeah, that is the first thing that comes to your mind. That is why a lot of race look down on us, because of the stigma that was being placed on the color black. So we need to start to like our mindset, we need to get out of it and start to let people know that that word need to go back where it's supposed to go, and start to use melanin. Melanated, melanated woman, melanated boy, melanated man. We need to start to use the word melanated, because black, the word black is a color. And I always tell myself I'm not black, because I'm not a color. Because you understand, I'm not a color. Okay, why you not gonna call Chinese black? Why you wanna call other race like thing? You call them Chinese because that is their nationality. You call them Chinese. That tell them whatever race them be. But why are we being stigmatized? Why are we be called? And every time that they use that word, because what is attached to that word, that thing black, is like the time people see you, they start to judge you. You understand, before they know you. So me, I'm melanated. Anybody say, oh, I'm not answering, I'm just gonna walk away. That is why I'm telling you all need to know your history. Wherever race you come from, whether you're viewing me or you hear a song, no, teach your children your history, because that is the only how they're gonna know who they are and where they come from and when our ancestors went through. These are the things you have to do. You understand? Live your life to the fullest, but always remember, learn your history, know where you come from, know who you are, know your self-worth, know your self-value, love yourself enough to know the difference and what these words represent. Let me tell you the word picnic. A lot of times, you hear a lot of people using the word picnic, right? And a lot of people do not understand why picnic come from. Picnic, if you notice, picnic, right? It means pick an N, which is the, I don't like to call a word alone at all, but you will understand when say pick a N, the word that people love to use a lot on we melanated people. Pick an N. That is why, that is what it mean back in the day. But because people start to get wiser and more sensible, and you understand, they switch it around and start to call it picnic, and they start to use it as if it's a normal word. That used to be like they used to pick a N, and they used to have like on Sunday time, that used to be their entertainment. You understand? That used to be their entertainment. I tell you sometimes this kind of thing, if you have to go in depth, you will be crying on this live streaming. I'm telling you, you all will be weeping in the on the sofa, your car, wherever you are. If I really tell you, that's why I tell you, know your history. You know, sometimes when I speak certain things on YouTube, yeah, YouTube like to take out people words and black them video and don't want to upload it because sometimes they don't want the truth come out. Like when you are trying to break down things and tell person. So know your history. You understand? Know your history. So I'm gonna love you beautiful people. I'm gonna head out of here because it's gonna be 1 minute before 3 o'clock. I'm gonna head out to go and pick the girls from school. So thank you, More Lifestyle. Thank you, sis, for stopping by. Thank you, all beautiful people, for stopping by. Be kind to yourself. Enjoy your weekend. You understand? If you have anything that you are doing to motivate yourself, do it, my beautiful people. You understand? Yeah, more lifestyle, my sister. I see you exercising. I see you getting back the body, my love. Go on, do the system, my love. Me can't do all them things. They me too lazy for them too much of exercising. But I'm seeing you working hard and your body and get back into the order. So, I see your body getting back into where it was. Yes, my love. All the things them they so yeah, you're working hard and I'm seeing the result. And go on up, me a big you up, man, say me a root for you. But me too lazy for when it come to the gym. Me care about the gym. Me do a little walk and a little squat and that's it. Me tired. When they get old, they can't do. So yeah, you remember say you're a gym guru. You love the gym and you work out and all these things and you always do. I'm good on you. Me, I am seeing you doing it and I am yeah, you motivate me for do to look a walking or to look a squat. That is the most I can do. I can't do much because yeah, I know sometimes it's not easy because you work and everything. But me say you push to man, that's a motivation and everything. You know, that's motivation and dedication to see you doing that. And hey, if me lift up one of them weight, then me say I will need 3 days of sleep, like right through me. You see, I used to do like more drum, like more exercise. I used to do I think I need to start to do more. Like I used to do a lot of squatting, exercise. I used to do some real good. I used to watch like do a lot of exercise in the house, but hey. When I do my body used to hurt me. But I think like I will start to go back into a little bit of routine, but not too much because hey, my body can't hold up at this age. And me say when me do to look at things, me tired out of my foot. Next day, like in my ribs, my foot, it's like somebody hold me and beat me. Like the pain is there, and I'm feeling, hey, exercise is easy, boo. That's why me say, big up all everybody, that's why me say you're dedicated, man. You motivate me for do to look at squat and to look at thing. But sometimes when me do two squat, me tired. Me tired. Because if I lift up a weight, if me lift up a weight, then me say, me will have to get a massage after because hey, it's not easy. Being being fit. Oh gosh, it's really take a lot of work. But anyways, me yeah, everything hot. Yes, even when I try to do to look at squat and bend down, me say sometimes when me I try come back up, me say in a me waistline, me knee bone, all in my leg. You see, it start to hurt. You see the next day, hey. But I think I need to loosen up my body a little bit. Just to keep fit. Just to keep fit because, you know, and all these things. But, I will try my best. But, yeah, everything hurts, sis. Everything hurts. Yeah. Anyways, yeah. Nice talking to you, sis. Hope you will catch me in another live stream when I do have time. I know sometimes you do catch me, but sometimes you're busy and I understand for so I'm gonna head on now to go and do the school run. It's 2 past 3. So yeah, nice talking to you and thank you for entertaining me. Yes, my sister, the pain. Yeah, I think walking do help me as well. But hey, thank you all for watching. I see beautiful people in the next one. Enjoy your weekend. Sis, give baby boy kisses for me. And say hi to the girls for me. And take care of your beautiful self and keep on exercising. Okay, take care. Love you. Bye.